What is going on, Jets fans? Got a little report here on some Jets coaching job security. If you appreciate that, a thumbs up is an easy way to show it. This one coming from Peter Schrager, saying that he has it sourced that Robert Saleh's job is quote-unquote safe for 2023. That would have seemed like a nothing statement a few short months ago, right, when we were 6-3. But let's be honest, coaches have been fired for a lot less than a 5, possibly 6-game losing streak to end their second season. Eric Mangini comes to mind. But should the Jets move on from Robert Saleh? No, I think it's the right move if this report is true and they're bringing him back, with the caveat that there is a playoff mandate heading into 2023. But 5 reasons why I think it's wise for the Jets to keep Robert Saleh. Number 1, it's easy to say fire a dude without a plan to bring him in. And you might say, oh, Sean Payton. Yeah, that ain't happening. Okay, Sean Payton doesn't want to work here. He wants to go somewhere with roster control, with no state tax, with a franchise quarterback. We don't got none of that. And then, you can Robert Saleh, and now we're back in the cycle of interviewing random coordinators with no experience and turning over our whole staff and new system. No, well, we're not there yet. We can't be there yet. Reason number 2 is because he's shown improvement. Now, he inherits a 2-win team. Then he takes it to a 4-win team. And now, a 7 or an 8-win team. So doubling up your win total each year. Now, next year, playoff mandate. Makes perfect sense. Reason number 3 is his calling card is defense. And when you're a head coach, if your area of expertise really struggles, like Adam Gase being dead last in offense, that's a bad look. Robert Saleh, known as a defensive coach, comes in. First year defense is maybe the worst in the league. This year, whatever you want to call it, top 5. Oh, it's not top 5. Yeah, maybe it doesn't feel top 5-y to you all the time, but you can't name 5 teams that objectively had a better defense, and all of the teams that you would put in that category had the benefit of a competent offense who could allow that defense to play with a lead and help win the time of possession battle. Jets had a top 5 defense. Any way you slice it. Number 4, the quarterback situation. And look, the videos are still up on my channel. I've been very critical of Robert Saleh. We got out-coached during this losing streak, particularly the last 2 weeks, being non-competitive against the Jaguars and the Seahawks. We were out-coached thoroughly by Doug Peterson and Pete Carroll. However, if the Jets had a quarterback who could simply look at a guy who was open and throw it to them in a way that could be caught, if they had that, a guy who could hit a pass for 17 games, the 20th to 24th best quarterback in the NFL for 17 games, even with maybe the defense breaking down the last 3 weeks and the offensive line being injured and Brees and AVT and Robert Saleh not knowing how to take a timeout and Mike LaFleur not doing a QB sneak at all of it. If we had a dude who could hit a pass, we would be in the playoffs and we wouldn't be bringing up any of this stuff. It wouldn't even be a conversation of firing anyone. So as critical as I've been, you kind of have to come back to that. Let's go to quarterback this offseason. Now, you might say, well, they didn't develop the quarterback right. Okay, so maybe that's part of it. But come on. Number 5, we have constructed a roster of dudes to fit our schemes offensively and defensively. So when you completely overhaul, then you have to have that in-between year where you're kind of, the new regime is trying to get their guys in here. We got guys like Quan and like DJ. We got Saleh's guys. And then we'd have to flip that whole thing on its head. And as disappointed I am with the way the season ended, that to me would just be an overreaction. These men deserve a 3rd year. If they want to tweak some stuff on the offensive staff, I'm fine with it. If Mike LaFleur ends up being the guy who's scapegoated, I'm not going to lose too much sleep if he's not our offensive coordinator anymore. Maybe he was just a guy who was promoted to one spot too high. Maybe he's better suited as an offensive assistant. I don't know. But in terms of Robert Saleh himself, he should be back along with a playoff mandate for 2023. And we'll talk Jets football soon.